1 and 2 and 3.
Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Christian from Berlin, the birthplace of the Boogie Woogie, as everybody knows. With another big bag of boogie idioms, full choruses, everything explained in detail, and there's sheet music for this beautiful sheet music with finger settings available as download. It's linked in the text box, as well as my Easy Blues Piano course, which you also might be interested in. Watch to the end. There are different things coming, but in the end I show you also a new left hand for those who are hungry for a new left hand, and a turnaround you don't know yet. Watch all of it. If you enjoyed this, which I hope very much, please don't forget to leave a like under the video. Do it right now, because it helps my channel to grow and also shows me that you probably want more of this, maybe a third part. That's it. Enjoy it. Let's have some fun.
Let's get cracking. What do we have here? 4 bars of C7 in the beginning. And we use 2 elements this time on the first 4 C7 bars. We start with this one. And you love that, don't you? Because you already realize there's only one note moving. Is this one from the 5th, 4th finger to the E. The rest is just the G and the A. And the G and the A played together is a very typical boogie and rock and roll thing. You don't find it that often in regular blues piano. So it gives it a complexity and a little bit more juice, as we say in the juice business. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And now comes here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And so second time we're starting, instead of this one, we start on the G. We haven't done that before here, and it's just going round and round in circles. And there's a little shift again, as I told you in lesson number 1. Listen, look where the G starts. First it starts on the 1, second time it starts on the 4. Otherwise it's just the same figure repeated. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. You see, it's easy once you get the little shift into your head. Now, how do you remember this? Sometimes I use, like, to remember stuff, I give them little titles, like a figure. This would be possibly the train hooting, like toot, 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 toot. You know, just that you kind of remember the outline. This would be the train hooting. It's called hooting or mooting, or I think it's called hooting, right? And this you could probably call the snake. Maybe it's a little snake. Ever had a snake on your piano? Be aware. Imagine that. Yeah. And the speciality of this snake is that we use this here with the minor to major third. Let's call it the shifted snake. Yeah, we have the train hooting and the shifted snake because we have a little shift. So these memory help you a little. That's why they are called helpers. Wise guy from Berlin. Then in F we have this with the G and the A again together. Also something that helps you memorizing it. And we have here, you can do some to do some speed because it's the same. Bop, 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 bop. And again, it's just the top note moving. Da, da, da. And again, we love that. Here, very easy, huh? Very easy. And these are built in that you have some relaxation time and can feel a little bit like Jerry Lewis. Just yeah. Good for the ego in between to get through 2 bars without stopping. And then we have the C, and then we have another element, just a little bit. Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and just to fill in the C gap before we get to the G7. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 before we now get to the G7 bit. And I told you already, I showed you, we have this. Again, we have the rhythmic counterpart, the thumb, together with the third I already showed you in my first lesson, which is so important in Boogie Woogie here. And here we have a variation, and this counterpart, don't know if I told you, this with very easy means makes the boogie sound busier, you know? It's just an eighth note in between, just with the thumb, but it sounds busier than if you just played. Listen to this. Hey, it's a fart in the desert. Sorry, I didn't say that. Sorry, elderly people. I didn't say that. I just didn't say that. It's a language barrier. I don't even know what that means. But we have. You see, it sounds busier, more active, more energetic. So let's have a look at the order of the top thirds. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, so just remember this. This one goes da bo do. Hold on. Sorry, other way around. Starts here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This one, please remember. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then we just put the G in between. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And last C bars. 3 and 4 to 1 and just a little bit to fill the last C bit, you know. I always try to ration the bits. There's some little bit of difficulty, but then there's a relief coming, you know, which you know already from the first part. 1, 3 and 4 and 2, 1 and 2. Another thing that is new here. And this is quite important if you want to speed up the whole thing. And that is once you we change from C and listen, look at my left hand. There's not much else to look at here, and then we go to F, 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 and now F. And now listen. Here. F, F, F. And now actually we would have this one. But when you speed up, you have the short dotted note on the C, right? And that becomes tough once you speed up. So I introduced to you here the very, very valuable trick of anticipating the next chord like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And instead of playing this, we play the fifth of the next chord, which is C. Here. And this way we can tie much better, and the timing will not be interrupted. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and and you fall into the root of the next chord via its own fifth. And 2 and 3 and 4. You see, this jump is much easier than from here to here. You get it? Of course you get it. I have the most intelligent students on my channel. They're all here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You see? Much easier when you speed up. So maybe you start to integrate that into your wonderful playing. And we do the same when we go from C to G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Anticipate the fifth of the next chord. The F we can manage like this. Oh, we don't play the F here. So again, C and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And now, guess what I'm doing now? Where am I going now? Do you know it? Here? No, because from here to there, you need a van or you need to take a bus. Like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, we play this. And again, the beautiful trick from Christian from Berlin to tie the chords at higher speed. It already makes sense already at mid-tempo. So this is a very valuable advice from me. Shall we go to the next one? Yep. Now comes something really great, and I prepared you for it a little bit in my last lesson where I showed you these thirds here. You remember? The third starting from the minor 7 and, why is that on my fingernail? And the D, the ninth of this C7 chord. So these thirds going down, and now we're extending to what I call the pine top thirds. Not because they look like pines, but also not like pine tops, but there is the pine tops boogie from Pine Top. And we go 1/3 more. It's just 1/3 more. And we have these thirds. Here, and slow. You see, it starts from this. These are the pine tops thirds from the Pine Tops boogie. Starting here. And here. And again, we use the thumb as the rhythmic counterpart. One, the Germans say one. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, you see? And sounds just beautiful. It sounds just beautiful. And here, the last one, we have a little detour going chromatically to this one. I play the last one. So it's just repeating. And now, last one. Now it goes chromatically. It's also a new element going from here to the final destination, the G and the B. Okay? Get it? Last one again. 1 and 2 and chromatically to this. And this is really already professional, but you can play it mid-tempo. And it's still easy to play, and it sounds like a $1 trillion. You can play it. Everybody can play this. And we do right the same thing on the F. This time I stay with the same element. We have to exploit it, like we exploit our best friends, we exploit our best sounds in piano. It's a similarity. And here we start on the F, it's structurally the same thing, you know? Starting on the root and the major third, and on F, starting on the root of F and the major third. And here our rhythmic counterpart is the A. Okay? It stays the same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We have no chromatic thing here. And here we have it again. You see, it's the same thing, only on the on the C bass that follows, we play the chromatic thing again. Okay? So an F, da, 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 1 and 2, and easy peasy. And only now when we go to C, and chromatically. Fantastic stuff. And then we do the G, and we exploit it also here. It's too good, sounds too good to just, you know, not use it on the all three chords. Again, a root and major third. Remember the structure also as for an easy level player, especially you. Start learning in structures. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And now we use the subdominant as contrary to what we did until now, where we just stayed on the dominant. Here we use, just because it sounds great, on the F, you know. And only on the last C we play something different. So in the last C bar we have something that is really important in Boogie, and it is easy. I don't have to change it for you, but it's an important sound here. First we have this 1 and 2. It goes via G to the E. Target note is D. 1 and 2, and now we have this thing. I offer you 2 finger settings for this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now let's have a look at this here. Very important sound in all Boogie Woogie levels. Easy to play, and it's very rich and very typical. We have the E flat together with the A. And this is a kind of clashy sound, right? And it's resolved into the E and the C. How wonderful, you know? Now you can play this. I play this with this finger setting to 4 and to 5. So I have the thumb available to do some damage on the C when it asks for it. But many play that also. You play with the 1 and the 3rd, and then go to the E with the 1 and the 5th on the C. So, seen both, I play it like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and once again 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. The typical thing here, you remember, give it little nicknames, little helpers. Here I would also call this it's again a circular thing, you know. Here, you see, this is just going in circles, and you can play it in all. You see, just this. Call it find out something for you. Call it Jim. Jim the circle. Yeah, that's really stupid. Here and circle. Once you get this, you become a happier person. Now the next one. Now we're coming to the next beauty that wants your attention. Wouldn't that be a great life, that all the beauties around you want your attention? In Boogie Woogie Easy Piano with me from Berlin, this becomes true. Next beauty starts from an A, and we have again the two dotted 2/16 notes on the dotted G. 1 and 2 and 3, and you see these dotted these 16s on the dotted note. They come in all colors, shapes, flavors, sizes. Yeah, here, 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 here. You see, everywhere they are, and we start this time from the G. And now I make you jump. I make you jump just one octave. Learn to shift your attention as fast as possible. 1 and 2. You see, it's just the 6th chord basically of C going down. Remember that. Remember, it's another memory hook. 6th chord down. 1 and 2. And then you just complete the major triad of C. Remember these things that are summing up a figure in a possibly visual or way. Missing my vocabulary when I'm teaching you. When the camera is on, I don't play as good as I could play, and I don't talk as good. You should see me in real life and talk, and it's so good. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, and because it's so beautiful, we repeat it. 1 and 2 and 3 and jump, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and clear? Yes, it is. Then we come to F. Okay, that might look a little bit difficult, but it's not. You just have to, okay, I play first. And I saw this, like Dr. John plays it a lot. You see? And we play it like this. Why do I say it's difficult? Because we have these 2/16 note. Yeah, just is rhythmically it's the same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Because you have this stretch does not feel as comfortable as this. Yeah, now you have to do this stretch, and your hand will, your muscles will cramp. They will contract because, oh no, I have to go in between here and it's so far. So what your hand will do is like this. And it shouldn't. There's no reason. There's no reason. You can just relax and be aware that you can let go of the 5th finger. It's a secret. You can let go of fingers, at least on the piano. Here, you just let it go. And suddenly, I can play this in a really relaxed way. It's just when you let go of, let's say, an ex-partner. If once you let go, you become relaxed again. You know, like a lost love. My last blues was about lost loves. Like a partner who left you. Once you let go, you relax again. Otherwise, until then, it was like full of tension. And it's just here. You let go of your former partner, the C, and then it's all lovey-dovey. Okay? You see? And then we do it. 1 and 2 and... No, we're on F. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and thirds. 1 and 2. And you have relaxation time. Breathe. And same, breathe. And now I give you breathing time again before we come to the little bit more busy G bit here. And it's great. It sounds great because we have, listen to this. Sounds like, again, like at least $1,250, and it's just $900 worth. Look. we love it if we can go with thirds or with six down in a parallel way, because it sounds great and it's not hard. And we can do that in C. And other keys is more difficult, but on G, in the key of C, we can do this. We start with the G7 here. Again, root and major third. Remember that? Okay, and now we go down. La 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 la. F and A. Just don't remember even the notes. Just make two fingers. You can even do it like this. You see? Then F and you just go down the white keys. And the until here. And then safe harbor. Safe harbor. Not many safe harbors these days. Okay, here we have a safe harbor. One, down. You can take 2-5 if you like. And 2-4, I mean. Okay, like 2-4, 2-4, doesn't matter. And safe harbor. And brass section to make you more relaxed in the end, little brass section in the end, okay? And this you really can, you can try it yourself, speed it up a little, you know. And then remember the fifth finger, no? Here, the change. When you speed up, remember this one, okay? Try that 1 week and you can play it like at that tempo, okay? And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Shall go? Let me go to the next beauty. Yes, we shall. Now I'm going to ask you for a little bit more. Not because it's harder to play, but because it's a longer figure. So it's a memory thing. And if you're just learning exclusively on YouTube and without the sheet music, for example, go buy my sheet music. This is making my channel possible. The patrons and you buying my sheet music, even if you're blind as a who is blind? Blind as a hedgehog, as a blind hedgehog. You can buy my sheet music. It supports my channel. You can throw it away afterwards. So, so what I wanted to say is that it's a longer line. It's attractive, but you have to remember a little bit more. But it's as easy to play. Here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and... Let's have a look. We go over 2 octaves. You have seen that. We start on the A and the C. And on the first C bar is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you see, 1 and 2, 3 times these thirds, 1 and 2 and 3, go down to C. Then we go to what I call the magic triangle, or part of it, to the beautiful dissonance of the E flat and the A. But it's the same rhythmic figure, just because we have the third here, and now this becomes the top figure, but rhythmically it's the same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so it's ba ba da ba da ba da ba. For counting, hey, that's really easy. It's just eighth chains. Again, the first C bars. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now it's oversetting. And we come to the end of that line. 1 and 2. Okay, one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and C, climbing down to the E flat. 1 and 2 and 3, climbing over to the A. And end of line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And this is a really beautiful line. It's not too hard to play, and when you speed it up, sounds great. And the last element, last 2 C bars, 1 and 2 of the first 4 C bars. 1 and 2. We have this one again. You remember? Before we dissolved it to here. And now we solve it to 3 and 4 and 1. So these are the 2 possibilities to dissolve this boogie woogie sound, or to the chord of C down here. Okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and... Okay? Now we go to the F bit. And again, we start structurally on the same note, structurally, like... no, it's actually, in fact, it's the same note. We start again from the A and the C. Like before, like on the first C figure, we start just on the same note, and we go on the same, and over, now have you realized something? Probably just like me, I just realized it myself. It's just the same. It's just the same on F. So you learn this long line just once, and you can play it identically on F. It's the same as on C. 1 and 2 and 3. C walking up to the E flat, oversetting to the A, and finishing the line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And that is beautifully done, Christian. You deserve what do you deserve? A cup of tea. And then we have on F, we have a reward like this. On G7, we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so here you can relax and just hammer away 1 and 2 just on the G and the E flat. 1 and that's easy. It's the easiest bit in the whole lesson here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and ending with. So you see, the ending is just the repeats from the first line. This is not just to make it easier, but it also gives it a framework. It's nice to listen to if things repeat. If, for example, lines end on the same figure. It gives it feels as an entity. Okay? Let's move on. Have you managed this? Okay, you got this far, you managed to the end. So for the last one, I thought, let's take a new left hand. Some of you would like another left hand very soon, and some of you would like to work with the same left hand for a while, because then you can focus on the left hand stuff that is coming. I do a compromise. The last example for today, we do so-called train left hand. Why is it a train left hand? First I show it to you, and you might hear. Here. You've heard it many times probably, and it's just always between the root, fifth, and the flat five. And if you go through so-called books, like easy boogie piano, books made of paper, have you heard of that? At least one of them for easy boogie, there is one train boogie, because boogie started out in the barrel houses that were built near the construction site of the Western Railway, starting in around Texas, simulating the new industrial sounds of the trains. And so you have boogies like and for I know at least for the blues harp there's also a very famous piece. Every a good harp player has to mention is a train that goes faster and faster. So we do at least the left hand here for our train blues. And then we start with the right hand. Again, we start on the major third and the major sixth, two happy intervals. And we start with the... And the only tough bit is, we play these, play them also with the two and the fifth finger, because we need our spare two fingers here for the thirds playing down here. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And in the beginning you might do it even slower using your new left hand, but you can also play this with the one we played up to now. No problem at all. So what do we do here? Keep in mind this one, because this one wants to go chromatically. It wants to fall down into mother's lap where it feels at home to a C. You see, we are just half a step away from C here, okay? And the second time it wants to go same starting point. So remember this one, you know, burn it into your brain, and because then it goes to the minor 7 and the 9. So we have this direction and same starting point going chromatically to this direction. And then once you understand this, the concept, it's quite easy. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. That's almost self-explanatory. Yeah, 1 and 2. We are in F7, right? And just repeating the third from here. Heard that also in many like advanced boogies, like in C it would be, of course, something like this. Okay, here we do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And now I give you breathing space, because the left hand is new and because the G is coming up. And 1 and 2, and you see we start again on the minor 7 and the 9, and we do almost just the same as on C. We want to go to the, and we are G7 to the 5th of G and to the minor 7. Okay? So again, we use the thirds, and then you can do it with 2-4 and 2-4 if you want. Okay, 1 and 2, and then chromatically, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and here we stop. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And here on the 4 stop, because now is coming in new element, a sweet little ending or turnaround that I thought you might like at this stage. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. It's new sound on the last 2 C bars. We have the C and the E, and look at what they're doing. Yeah. Right hand is just going chromatically up here, and left hand, wonderful. Hands don't have to move, and it sounds expensive. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and all G octaves. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now the last, we do the G bit and the ending, or the turnaround rather. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Here we go. I hope I served you well. I hope you liked my selection. I hope the balance between a little bit harder and a bit easier stuff was okay for you. I hope to see you in my next lesson. I hope you enjoyed this. Make it visible with the likes. I know you want possibly more of the good and easy stuff. Thanks for watching. Bye from Berlin. Have a good one.